Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to focus on the Hapkido body movement drill. This is a consistent set of movements that we use throughout the ranks in Hapkido. As we go through the ranks, we add certain components to the body movement drill to make it relevant to what we're learning in class, such as striking, kicking, blocks, and so on. The footwork for the body movement drill always stays the same. The first part of the Hapkido body movement drill is our front and back motion. And this is the sliding step that we already learned, going front and back. The pattern that we use is 2 sliding steps forward, on our left, 2 sliding steps back, and then we go to our right side. 2 sliding steps forward, and 2 sliding steps back. The next movement is side to side. It's simply a sliding step to our left, back to the center, and a sliding step to the right, back to center. The next movement on our Hapkido body movement drill is the slide back 45, which is our sliding step backwards, and we pivot at a 45-degree angle. If you use the front of a wall as your reference, 45 degrees will be either corner of the wall. If you don't have a wall to use as a reference, you can simply make a box for yourself, and the corner of the boxes will be your 45 degrees. For the first part of our slide back 45, we're going to slide back at an angle to our left, now facing one corner of the wall, and come back to neutral. We then slide back to our right, facing the opposite corner, and back to neutral. Our next movement is our inside pivot. It helps if you have a reference point in front of you. For the first part of this movement, I'm going to step forward at a 45-degree angle to my left, so it should be facing one corner of the wall. And I pivot 90 degrees, so now I'm facing the opposite corner of the wall. A common mistake for inside pivot is over-rotation. We take our first step, and then we over-rotate. If I'm using this line as a reference point, my foot is now parallel to that line. To correct this, we need to make sure that we're using our corners for our reference point. So for my inside pivot, I take my first step, and my second step, my front foot should be facing that corner at 45 degrees. The movement will look like this. 1, 2, back to neutral. 3, we step to the right. And 4, back to neutral. Our next movement is our back pivot. I'm going to take my right foot and pivot backwards so that now I'm facing 45 degrees from where I started. My front foot is going to push off for a big sliding step backwards at 45 degrees. The movement looks like this. 1, 2, back to neutral. 3, 4, back to neutral. We want to try to make this movement as smooth as possible. So once we have our balance down and our orientation, we want to try to smooth this movement out so that it kind of flows into one movement. Our next motion is the cross step and turn. This movement is used to get off the center line of somebody attacking you directly from behind. I'm going to cross in front of my body and turn to face my attacker at 45 degrees. As you can see, my body is not directly facing the wall. Again, I'm facing the corner of the room. We want to try to get as much space as we can between us and the attacker for this movement. So, when we apply it, we're actually going to take a bit of a jump to turn around. The full movement will look like this. Go to my left first. 1, and spin back to neutral. 2. 3, I will go to the right. And 4, back to neutral. The last movement is the back spin, back step. It's the most complicated movement on the body movement drill, so I'm going to show it to you first and then break it down into 2 parts. First, we're going to practice the back spin. I'm going to take my left foot and plant my toes so they're facing the wall behind me. My body will follow, and my right foot will spin clockwise so that I'm facing the front. My right foot will now pivot backwards. My left foot will come counterclockwise so that I'm facing the front again. For the back step, my left foot's going to join my right, and then we're going to do a slide back 45. Back. Then my right foot joins my left, and we do a slide back 45 to the right. Now let's combine our back spin and our back step. First, back spin 1, spin around, 2, back step 3, back step 4. Now let's complete the back spin, back step motion. We're going to do the entire movement on our left side, return to neutral, and we're going to do it on our right side. I'm going to show you how we count out the movement in the Hapkido body movement drill as well. Starting on our left side, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're ready to put the body movement drill together. We do the body movement drill in the same order every time. We also start on our left side for all of our movements and then finish on the right side. I'll count and you can follow along. We start with front and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moving side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide back 45. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross step and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally back spin, back step. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you're comfortable with your Hapkido body movement drill, you You can start playing around with your footwork on your own. Start trying to use some of these movements in a variety of ways and see what you can come up with. Once you're comfortable with the footwork on the body movement drill, we're ready to add on to it. For the next section, we're going to learn how to block, and we'll add our body movement drill with blocks.